Alrighty, so welcome to this piano tutorial on the tune Among Us Drip from the popular video game Among Us. And so I'm going to go over all the parts. It's just one page, and really it's this theme that just keeps coming back a total of 3 times. So I'm going to go maybe line by line, right, left hand, right hand, hands together so that we can work on this. So as far as our starting hand map, so our very first note in our left hand, our one finger goes on A, and obviously here's middle C, right? But for this, I'm saying have the left hand, the one on A, go 1 octave down, just so we get a nice kind of full sound, right? Now in our right hand, our thumb is also on, and so this hand map, we're going to have our one finger on an A, and our 3 on a C, and our 4 on a D, and our 5 on an E flat, so that when we do 1, 2, 3, or 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1. Cool. So we start off like that. Left, 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1. Then we have to pick up our hand and move down to a G position and 1 note down. 1, 3, 2. Then our left hand picks up the song again by playing 4, 1 or E, A. Then our right hand moves back and does that whole thing all over again. 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5. And there, instead of going back down to the thumb, we jump up to the D sharp, as it's written in my music, or you can see on the piano it says E flat, but those are the same thing, right? Then this next part, technically D sharp and the very next note, E flat, technically they're the same thing, right? But I do say that we should move into like this C minor hand position, and we start on our middle finger so we can play 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. It might just be a little bit easier to have greater control when we're using our fingers 3, 2, 1 versus like our pinky and our ring finger, which are tend to be a little less controlled. So we do 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to try and do that first line all together, and I'll count us off. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 1, and 3, and 4, and 1, and move. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, left. So right at the end there, we do 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, left. Our left hand plays that left hand A, right? So now you're going to notice that measures 5, 6, 7, and the first note of measure 8 they're basically the same thing as what we just did in the first line. And note the dynamic here, because we're setting ourselves up so that when we can play this multiple times in a row, that we don't get tired of listening to the same melody. So we're starting off nice and gentle. And notice how I'm also getting a really bouncy sound on every note, because in the original recording we hear this little plucked sound. That's what we're trying to recreate when we do short, 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 boom, bum, 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 bum. This is nice and simple here. Now, notice I put a staccato over that D sharp in measure 8, the first note. It's a quarter note, and we have a rest. And here I decided, hey, maybe we could try and put our hands in this unison, playing E flats in both hands. I recommend using in your left hand, you can use your fingers 2, 3, and 4. What's going to come next after that is this A position right there, where we're playing the fifths. So having the 2 finger there, it's not much of a stretch into our new hand position. So then we go together, right? Not right, but I'm accenting beats 3 and 4, the big beats, or the E flats. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Minor turbulence with my puppies and dogs. Anyway, so we do this hands together. 3 and a 4 and a left. Now, one other thing to note in measure 8 is here's where we immediately jump into this loud forte sound. So now we're trying to get a little bit bigger of a sound. 1, 1, and 5. So we're playing our thumb and then the 5th. So this is in the 3rd line. So a lot of the right hand is basically the same. Now we're doing some variations on our left hand to get this nice full sound. So like, obviously I already talked about the 5ths and the thumb and then the 5th, but then we also play this tritone here, this A and D sharp, and it's supposed to sound a little bit like, ugh, that sounds a little strange. Because it's supposed to be tense in that moment in the music, right? And then we have 3 beats of rest. 2, 3, 4, right? And that's where we're headed into the 4th line. Now, on the 4th time that we're doing this is like the most intense. So we're pretty loud, right? There's accents, or these guys on top of all of the left-hand notes in measures 13, 14, 15. And we're playing this quarter note pulse. Now, it's really important when you're trying to time the right hand with the left hand that you're looking vertically. So are these 2 notes stacked on top of each other? And if so, then play those together, right? So we start off with our left hand at measure 13. 1, 2, ready, and left. Together, right, together, right, together, right, right, together, left, right, together. Let's do that one more time. So 1, 2, ready, and left, together, right, together, right, together, right, together, left, right, together. Then we have this extra thumb again, just like we did on the previous line. Thumb, left, together, right, together, right, together, right. Now, we do that same chord that we did in measure 12, so this is the end of line 3. But now, at measure 16, so this is the last line, that's where we made it into the music. We're playing it 2 times, and both are pretty accented, right? So if I started at measure 13 just one more time. 1, 2, ready, play. Left, together, right, together, right, together, right, together. Left, right, together. Left, together, right, together, right, together, right, together, together. Here's where we go. Now, here, this isn't necessarily in the song itself, but we're taking this idea of, and to create an effective ending for playing it on the piano, we're going to repeat it in a couple different spots on the piano. So again, you're starting with your 2 finger on the E flat, and our hands are playing unison, meaning they're playing the same letters, and we go E flat, D, C, E flat, D, C. Then everything just shifts up an octave. Together, right, E flat, D, C. Then we jump down 2 octaves. So essentially, we go down 1 octave where we originally were, and then for our last one, we go E flat, D, C, and to end the song, A. Now that very last note is saying, and you can't even see that low A on my little keyboard in the middle of the video, but I'm playing that note and the next A with enough body, so I'm on, off. We don't want to play it too short because then it'll be hard to really register what that tone was. So we hold it just for like a fraction of a second. On, off versus on, off, on, off, on, off. Yeah. So here, I'm going to try and go at a really nice, slow, moderate speed, playing through the whole song. So hopefully you're able to kind of follow along, maybe do some rewinding so that you can practice certain parts that maybe you feel a little unfamiliar with. So our left-hand thumb starts on this A, and this is right next to bass C, an octave below middle C. Now our right hand thumb is on treble A, which is above middle C, right? So we're going to go, this is like our speed. Bum, 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 bum. Starting nice and gentle. And 1, 2, ready, and left. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1. A, C, D, D sharp, D, C, D sharp. Move 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, left. And move to the G, E, A. Now all of a sudden big, together, left, right, 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 together, and move to G. Then the tritone, this gross sound. Now the left hand's quarter note pulse. Left, together, right, together, right, together, right, together, left, right, right, together. Thumb, left. Together, together. E flat, D, E flat. Move up. Move down. Low A's. Maybe I'll play it one last time, no narration, but maybe just at where performance speed would be. So the tempo is marked 100 here. So let's just kind of get a sense of what that feels like. So on my keyboard, dum, bum, 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 ba-ba-dum. And we're just kind of feeling that tempo first. Okay, so got a good sense of it. Now I'm really going to be accentuating the short sounds at the beginning, right? And kind of throughout the piece, but trying to match that little plucked sound. All right, 1, 2, ready, soft. To the G. All of a sudden loud. Tritone here, and move up, move down. Hello, A's off. Nice full length on that last note. So hopefully that gives you enough to be able to kind of practice along, maybe get you out of any spots that you feel stuck if you were just looking at the music without the video sitting in front of you. So yeah, good luck, happy practicing.